Hey, what's up, guys? We're back. Long time no see again. These videos are starting to get very long in between each other. Fortunately, time is of the essence. Family and work are all priorities, so we are definitely behind on the RC chili bowl prep, but got a lot to catch up on, so let's get right to it. All right, guys, so like I said, these videos are getting really long between each other. One of the biggest things that I struggle with at the end of the year is just being able to it seems like I get so preoccupied with just life and things, you know. This is, like I said, this is a hobby, but at the same time, you know, I got other priorities. So I just kind of always get don't have the time, and it's already was slow throughout the year just to drive the car. But last weekend, this is currently, what, the 22nd? Weekend before, this past weekend, we got a chance to go to 4-Way for their Christmas event. I mean, it was like literally last minute. So I ended up taking the late model, and then I ended up taking the SC Mod. Now, if you can see behind me, we had to put a new body on the late model, so we had to do that. I mean, we had literally 2 days to get everything ready. And on top of that, we decided to pull the trailer up there. So it was a really big push to get things going. Unfortunately, this is not a race vlog. I did not do any video on. The biggest thing was to try the cars. Now, what do you mean try the cars? Well, obviously we saw with all the adjustments that we did to the chassis on the late model. So we worked on that. The other thing is the SC Mod. I decided to take a prototype SC Mod that I have that I just wanted to try it and see what it did. So the car wasn't really all the way, it was put together, but it wasn't all the way put together. So I decided to cut another chassis. Meaning, yeah, I think I figured out the cutting chassis part out on the machine. I haven't killed another router yet, so it's pretty good. So this car was something that me and Silky had talked about putting together, and we actually cut one before. And then there was a couple of things that I didn't like how it lined up, so I went ahead and did another one. I cut another chassis out. At the top of that, I even decided to cut out the you know, remember that late model body mount? I'll show you. Yeah, the late model body mount, I got it to cut out as well. It matched up perfect. So I ended up cutting a full kit, pretty much, like the bumpers, shock towers, everything for another late model. So as you can see, this is the front bumper, the first half, the in-between piece, rear body mount, front and rear shock towers. Of course, the piece that you saw mounts up to that. So that's ready. So we're going to cut another chassis out for late model, and we'll have another roller set up. Most likely that one's going to roll out, most likely to Kevin. So we're going to put that together. So, Kevin has Silky's original late model. There's nothing wrong with it, but there's a couple little revised things that we did to the shock towers and stuff. So we're going to put this one together, send it to Kevin, probably make another one, send it out to another, I think it's Eric Garber. We'll probably send it out to him. That was part of the deal, is to make some chassis, send it out to the guys so they can try it and grind them. We know they work. They're just trying to get a couple more of them out there. So let's jump into this SC Mod. All right, so here is the SC Mod. It is pretty much an extended version of the late model. Just a couple little things here and there different, as you can see. So this, unfortunately, this car is put together with different parts from other cars that are not true updated versions of the shock towers and stuff that Silky created. It was a last minute deal. It was already, these were already kind of on there, but as you can see in the back end here, we got a lot of weird stuff going on. So we're going to try to, the goal is to go ahead, cut a front shock tower, which we already have an updated version that we used on the Vindicator, and I'll show you that here in a minute. And then I'm gonna pretty much cut a different rear shock tower. It does not have the traditional associated transmission in it. So obviously the way it mounts, you can see here, you can see there, it's two different things. So we're pretty much just trying to clean this up, stiffen it up a little bit better. There's nothing wrong with it. This car raced and we actually got second place with it. Obviously, the biggest goal is to be able to run a two-pole motor. My bad, two-pole. I did go with the regular Hobby Wing X-Run V10 motor, and it did the job. It had plenty of power, and it did not overheat. Biggest thing that we changed about it was because of the gearing that you can do on it. So, and obviously the battery pack. I think the battery pack created a big help, because now instead of having a long pack where you have very little adjustment, now you can, any kind of movement really affects the weight transfer of this car. Ultimate goal is, this is still associated front end. This is associated front end, but we're utilizing the AFX kickups. And this is what we're gonna go to. This car has the ability to run, to be able to use AFX front end, Custom Works front end, etc. So, car is built and designed to be able to run multiple parts or I guess of other cars. I'm trying to get it to sit a little lower on the front, which will help out with the different shock tower. Now this is the Vindicator. You can see the shock tower. This is the updated shock tower that's created. So we'll use this one. And then we're gonna have to create a different rear shock tower to kind of go along with this style. So you're probably saying, why the push now? Well, honestly, there's nothing wrong with the Vindicator, and it's been the pride, that car. I have a lot of history with the Vindicator because it ultimately got me pretty much kicked out of my first sponsorship that I had, chassis-wise, because SC Mod is something that I really, really like to run. And unfortunately, the cars I drove before was having issues. Kevin and them kind of helped me, let me drive this car, Paul, and it pretty much just changed my SC Mod career, per se. Very successful with this car. But unfortunately, that car is not made no more. ERC decided, Eric decided not to do it anymore, and that is what it is. So honestly, we wanted to do something different before Silky passed. I had got with them with the drag chassis, which I still have to show you, and the SC Mod. And pretty much the late model and the SC Mod were an idea together then. So I might still do another revision on the SC Mod deal, but we're gonna use what we have for the time crunch. So what do you mean? Well, I really like to put this car together within the next 2 weeks and go try it, go run it again with the new revised stuff on it, and put a 4-pole motor in it. I might try it at Chili Bowl. We still have the Vindicator. Vindicator works. I'll finish going through that. It'll be a per se backup car, but whenever you go to Chili Bowl, we have a chance to practice before we go to the all the seating rounds and stuff like that. So like the first day you get there, so we'll probably throw that car out there and give it hell and see how the transmission works. Now that's phase one. I would have to upgrade the transmission parts inside of it, but fortunately enough, that transmission is not similar to the associated transmission. So basically the housing is different. So that's where we're at. Remember, I have the laser here, so we're going to utilize the laser because carbon fiber is very expensive. So we're going to utilize the laser. We're going to create shock towers on the program, which I don't know how to use. I mean, ultimately we're just drawing, but I still have never drawn anything on it. So I just moved some things around, but now we're going to have to create a shock tower to fit what we need for the back end of this car. The front shock tower is no problem because we already have one in the program. We'll go ahead and cut that out. I'm probably going to add another set of adjustments on it, but that's just moving circles around and that's no problem. So yeah, there's a lot to it. Not only that, before we went racing, like I said, we cut the body and put a new body real quick. Unfortunately, it's an older style, real deal SC Mod body. So I had to use that, but it still works. It's a good body. I might reach out to MR Customs to see if they can hook me up with another 2 sets of bodies. One for the SC Mod, one for the late model, and then there's another class I want to try to get into later on. So yeah, on top of that, we had shirts. If you don't remember, we have a business called Drastic Branding, and we've been able to kind of create race shirts. One of the problem with race shirts is they're templates. Some of the templates are out there are from the real cars. Fortunately, which came out good. I used one on one of the clients as custom, but now I've been able to hand draw everybody's images and stuff. So that kind of took off. So before we took off the 4-way, I had pretty much almost all of the things I needed to do to fulfill most of the orders. So I did that and took it with me and passed it out to Landon. Shout out to Landon. I appreciate you reaching out to us and giving us the opportunity to make you some shirts. I'll put his shirt in here. And so very, very, very busy. Late model, we went out there, we ran, was doing really good with track. The track had good grip. So the thing was with the late model, I tried to run a 13.5, try to get the most out of 13.5, and I could have easily went to a 7.0, 6.0, 8.0, 10.0. But I didn't. I really tried to work at whatever I come 13.5. We got close. But at the end of the day, the track went away again. It caught me. I made a spring adjustment because I thought the track was going to hold its grip. It didn't. Slicked off. So it bit us again like it did. So we got a 3rd place on that. 2nd place on the SC Mod. Overall, it was a good event. Good turnout. Shout out to Ben who helped me out. Always, he made it out there, made the trip. You know, I appreciate him. He helped me out. Always helps me out in so many ways. So thank you, Ben, for all the help. And unfortunately, Kevin didn't get to make it, but maybe next time. So we're back in the shop. We got all these adjustments to make. We have chili bowl around the corners. Not the time to be doing this, but oh well, we're gonna do it. This is part of RC racing. I got tires on the way. More tires. Decided to get more tires, and I got some more parts coming in. And we still have to do all of our tires. So yeah. Wrong time, wrong, but oh well, who cares? We're in it. We're committed, so let's jump right into it. All right, so it's been a couple of days now. I think last time we talked was Thursday evening. Unfortunately, we had some family emergency, so I wasn't able to do anything Friday. I really wanted to try to get this car done by Friday, but it's not going to happen. But it's fine. You know, family comes first. So now we're back in the shop. One of the biggest problems I think I mentioned before was the fact that a lot of the files have been drawn on this program, and I can move things around, but I've never like drawn and made angles and designs. So try to duplicate the best I can. Try to use what mimics really close to what's on the late model. The front shock tire is not a problem. The rear bumper that goes across the back was already made, so we just kind of I just stretched it because it was made for the Midwest mod. So I had to stretch everything, and not only the bumper, but the rear shock tower, the rear body mount. So let's take a look at the SC Mod, how we got it right now. Right, here is the current state of our SC Mod. This is the rear bumper I'm talking about, but there was already one in the program made. But see how narrow it is? Because this is a shock tower off of an old Midwest mod, so it's not really made for this car. So that's why everything was kind of rigged. And here's the rear body mount. So like I said, these are all old ERC cars. And if you look at the back of the late model, this is the new body mount that we had. And if you look at the back shock tower, that's what it looks. And this is what the Vindicator looks like. See, it uses a lot of the associated stuff where it mounts up. So this is what we come up with. All right, now remember, we are utilizing the laser. We used the laser first. And I know some people are asking what laser did I use on the comments. So let me show you what I have. So we are running an Ohmtech 80-watt laser. Pretty good. I mean, it does a really, really good job. It's a CO2 laser. I have not used it a lot. It has been way underutilized. You can really make some good stuff out of this thing. It's just haven't had time. But the good thing about having that, like I mentioned before, carbon fiber is really, really, really expensive. So, I mean, it's not really, but it's expensive for what it is. And to make a cut and then mess up and then not work, yeah, you're throwing money away. So what we decided to do was go ahead and start working on the design. Show you what I got. So here is the current bumper that the late model has. You can see it has its weird little design. So let me show you what the SC mod looks like. This right here is the SC mod. You can tell it has its correct characteristics of it. So we ended up stretching it quite a bit to cover the arms. So, and also we had to make it a little different because the way that it mounts up to the car. And here's the rear body mount for the SC mod, which is, here's the actual one that we have for the late model. So it's pretty similar, except it has this tab in it. It's widened out a little bit. You really can't tell by this, but we widened it the same amount as we did at the shock tower. So the next step was go ahead and export those files into our computer for the laser, fired up the laser, and went ahead and make cutouts, cardboard cutouts, because there's really precise cutouts. So like that, we can go up there, mock it up, put it against the car, and then show you what power I got. All right, here you go. These are all cutouts that I used. It first originally started out like, where's it at? Like this. I think it was even different before that. I might have threw the other one away. There it is right here. It's just really short, if you can tell. And they're like, okay, we're gonna go longer. Then we decided, okay, we're gonna do the mount a completely different way. So we ended up with one of these designs right here. So because of the transmission, the way it's mounted, we're gonna have to run this in through here to be able to mount it in to the transmission. We'll take it over and show you. I'm using one hand here, so bear with me. So there it is, if you can tell. That's why it's gonna mount up. And then the bumper will mount up back here. Here is the rear bumper, which will mount up to these little holes right here. And it will mount out far away from it like that. I know it's a lot, but I'm just trying to kind of explain the process. Unfortunately, I didn't record everything. Whenever you're recording and then trying to do something, it just takes longer because you're trying to get every little step and trying to be. So I'm sorry if it's not as precise in the steps and showing you how I drew it up, because to me it's a learning experience. I've never done this before. So everything seemed to match up, and then so we went ahead, made all of our we put it into another part of the program where you can create all the lines for it to cut out on the machine, and we fire up the cutter and we let her eat. final product right here. I was able to figure out how to be able to do these. I was kind of struggling with that. I really wanted to take the time to do it, so we did it. And then, like I mentioned earlier, we have the late model stuff here. So slowly but surely, we're getting there. So let's go ahead and get these pieces out of the these deals, and we'll try to put them on the car. See, there's these little tabs here, so whenever the router's cutting, they won't just fling it up and then damage, cause all kinds of problems. So we'll get some cutters here, and then we'll get them put out. Like that. Got ourselves a piece cut out. So I'll take all of these out. We'll take these and we'll clean them off, put them on the sander, and go from there. All right, so here we go. Here is all the stuff that we used. This is still good. This is stock associated for the rear turnbuckles and for the rear bumper mount. These are old bumpers, all G10 stuff. A little bit heavier than the carbon fiber. All right, so it's been another 24 hours has gone by, and I didn't get to edit or I didn't get to show you me putting the parts on. It's just unfortunately I don't have a stand on me here no more. A lot of stuff here in the shop's gotten removed, and I forgot to leave my stand here for the phone, so I can't do some of the time-lapse stuff. But I did put the shock towers, everything, the whole kit that I cut out on the car, and I think it turned out pretty good. Check it out. You have it. Everything is assembled now. Everything seems to sit better now. It doesn't, it feels like an actual kit now. I mean, everything is good, real stiff. Doesn't look like it's rigged together. Still a couple little things to do. One of the biggest things is the shocks collars are too far out. If you can see that it's pretty close to hitting that spring. If you look at these over here, these are mounted on the back side. These are mounted on the inside. Overall, these are a completely different shock package. Pretty much what I run on the late model. But other than that, everything is good. I'm going to have to put these camera links on the bottom because when you do turn, there's a lot of movement in the back wheel. I think these are too high. So we're going to try lowering it down. A couple of small tweakings to do. But other than that, up next is we're going to work on this. And then we're going to try to cut a bumper to put it in the back. But for right now, the car is together. Everything's good. Suspension looks good. Not only that, the car sits a whole lot lower, which kind of I wanted to accomplish. So the body does fit good right here. But right here, we're going to drill another holes because overall, these mounts are different. So yeah. Pretty proud. So there you go. There you have it. We spend a lot of time on something that we don't even know if we're going to use, but theoretically it should work. It should work just fine. The car worked good. I think the car was a little bit of a bind for the simple fact, the suspension was a little bit bind for the simple fact that everything was kind of like just put together and it had a little bit of play here and there. So I think it should be good. We're going to make a couple more adjustments and stuff like that, but I'll try to do a better video next time. I really appreciate you bearing with me on this because I know it's like from one clip to another clip to another. It's just, I just don't have time to be able, it just takes a little bit longer and I'm just trying to get it done. But overall, I think we're being pretty transparent about what I'm doing. So, yeah, so it's success. I'm really proud because of the simple fact that I'm able to utilize the laser that's helped me out tremendously because I think I cut like 6 or 7 pieces out on the cardboard. So imagine using that stock, you know, in carbon fiber. That's expensive just to throw it away. We did it various times. We double checked and we cut it one time with the carbon fiber on the router. It was a success. So I'm pretty hyped up about that. But for now, I think we're gonna go ahead and cut this video for here. Right now, where we're at, it's currently the 23rd. So I'm actually gonna start on the next video here in a minute. But when we move forward, we're gonna go ahead and start diving into transmission, do a well check on it, just see how it's doing, because it does have stock internals, and then plastic gear stuff. But I'm gonna put a metal gear in it, some metal gears in it. So, and then we're gonna try to do some final touches up. Go ahead and finish the kit off with all the proper stuff as if it was a whole kit. So just a couple more things we got to make, but other than that, it should be good. Once again, I said I appreciate y'all being patient with me. I know I haven't been uploading a lot. Trust me, I want to. It's just, you know, responsibilities and other things going on. So other than that, we're a go for Chili Bowl as of right now. I got to do tires. That'll probably be in one of the videos, but I should be off all next week, so I'll have all next week. I'm hoping to do everything else I got to do and do a couple of more daily videos. So give me a comment below, see what y'all think about the process. Something else y'all want to see. I know there's a lot of in-between stuff y'all didn't get to see, but shoot me a comment and see what you think. If there's any questions, I appreciate everybody's comments and stuff. I try to read them and then try to answer them. If I don't answer them right away, I will answer them at some point. So, but shout out to everybody for watching, supporting, and hanging in there with me. So we're going to end this video tonight, and we'll catch you on the next one.